وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. الصوت واضح ولا؟
الصوت واضح. اهلا وسهلا بكم جميعا. انا بس فتحت المايك ليكم كلكم عشان اتاكد ان انتوا سامعيني كويس. فكلكم سامعيني كويس؟
تمام، سامعين حضرتك.
طيب، عظيم عظيم. اهلا وسهلا بكم. مبدئيا حابب ان انا اعرفكم بنفسي. انا اسمي راجي رمضان. انا مهندس كهرباء، وانا شغال في مجال الطاقه الشمسيه من حوالي 8 سنين. أسست حاجة اسمها Green Energy Academy، اللي هي أكاديمية متخصصة في Capacity Building Development أو بناء القدرات في مجال الطاقة المتجددة. وإحنا النهاردة عاملين زي Introductory أو Free Session Online Session عشان نشرح التريننج بتاعنا، اللي هو أول أونلاين تريننج بنعمله PV Sol Premium أو سيميوليشن ديزاين وسيميوليشن لمحطات الطاقة الشمسية المتصلة بالشبكة أو بيسموها الأون جريد سيستم باستخدام برنامج PV Sol. فأنا أعتقد دلوقتي إن أنتم كلكم شايفين البرزنتيشن مظبوط؟
تمام.
عظيم. وأعتقد إن أنتم برضو شايفيني ولا مش باين؟
تمام.
Okay, جميل. So first of all, I know that there is some of you is multinationalities here. We have non-speaking Arabic participants. So I hope that we will not mind that we continue with the free session in English. Is it okay with everyone? If you can't speak, we can also chat. You can also text if you don't wish to speak, or maybe your mic is not ready.
No problem.
Okay, great. Okay. We are now reached to 8 or 7 participants. Okay. We have Ahmed Ashraf, we have Yasmin, we have Muhammad Sadiq, we have Ahmed Zanoun, and we have also Olokado. I'm not sure if I pronounced the name correctly. It is 5 minutes till we start, but each one of you can have like 30 seconds if you wish to introduce yourself, till we also collect or wait for most of the participants to come. And here is Walid as well. So whoever would like to start, you are welcome. We can start with Ahmed Ashraf, for example. Okay.
السلام عليكم. السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام.
السلام عليكم، سامعني؟
وعليكم السلام، سامعين حضرتك؟ اهلا وسهلا. احنا دلوقتي خلاص 3 دقائق على الساعه 4. احنا 9 participants او 9 مشتركين.
انا
اعتقد
احمد عبد الفتاح بس
اهلا
بقول
اهلا وسهلا مهندس احمد. اعتقد كده مهندس احمد انت شايف البرزنتيشن مظبوط؟
انا شايف البرزنتيشن مظبوط.
طيب عظيم.
لو حابب ان في الاوديو قول لي يعني، بس انا حبيت بس اتاكد ان احنا
عندك على اللابتوب
اكتد
بتاعك؟
يعني.
كله شغال، كله تمام. انا هستاذنكم بس ان انا هعمل unmute دلوقتي لكل البارتيسيبنتس عشان ما يكونش او اي حد منكم ما يسببش ازعاج للتاني. وهنبدا حالا الاونلاين سيشن. فبعد اذنكم هعمل unmute، ولو حد عندكم عنده سؤال ممكن يجي على الاسم بتاعه ويعمل حاجه زي يدوس في بوتوم اسمه raise hand، او ان هو ممكن يبعت تكست او تشات وانا هرد عليه. بعد نص ساعه او بعد ربع ساعه هستقبل اسئلتكم وهنكمل، وبعد كده هنرجع ارجع لاسئلتكم مره ثانيه وننهي السيشن ان شاء الله بعد ساعه من دلوقتي.
اوكي، شكرا.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السيشن ديت سيشن بتتكلم على انها سيشن تقديميه او introductory session to the online training design and simulation of on-grid PV system using PV Solar Premium. And we as we said we had to switch to the English language for the running this session since we have multinationalities. My name is Ragi Ramadan, and I am an electrical engineer by profession. And I have been working in the renewable energy field since 2012. And I am also the CEO and the founder of the Green Energy Academy, which is a renewable energy academy specialized in the capacity building, training, consultations, and engineering in the renewable energy field, specifically solar energy. The academy is accredited by a German university. It's called the SRH Berlin University of Applied Sciences. It is located in Berlin, so are officially accredited by this university. We have been in the field, or the academy started its activity since 2011, but actually our real trainings and the class-based trainings started in Saudi Arabia in 2017. The Green Energy Academy has delivered trainings worldwide, not only in Egypt. We have delivered trainings in Tanzania, Saudi Arabia, also Iraq, and Germany as well. Due to the last situation, and also through the last years since we started, many of the participants and many of the fans of the Green Energy Academy, they wanted us to deliver online trainings, because the good thing about our trainings is that it can be customized for each country and each specific group. And that's why, and also we have been pushed through the last pandemic situation for the coronavirus and so on to deliver the trainings. One of the most important and most demanded trainings that we do is called the SDSB, which is the System Design and Solar Business. We actually delivered more than 16 trainings to of this SDSB to five countries, and I can share with you here our company profile. And here you will see a little bit about us, and you can easily download this company profile from our from our website, which is the green-energy-academy.com. And if we go down through our website here, you will find all about us. This is the introduction. This is our mission and our vision. And then we can see what we do: training, consultations, and engineering. These three activities. And you can find all of the information about what we do. This is the system design and solar business training that we have been delivering. And also we deliver installation and commissioning training. We actually delivered 2 of these to big development agencies like the GIZ and the GFA. And we also have some customized trainings, which is similar to the main training, SDSB, but in addition, you can know about the pumping system and the hybrid system. And for those of you who's coming from Saudi Arabia, of course, you know a company called Al-Khuraif, which is a very big company. We delivered a customized training specifically for this area, pumping system in the field of aggregation to Al-Khuraif. And here is our training, which is the PV Sol. And then comes, which is very interesting also, that we deliver training about the wind energy. So it is not only about the solar. We are a renewable energy academy. We also deliver wind energy trainings, such as the web, which is the wind energy basics. We delivered 3 trainings of these. One of them was in Riyadh in 2018, and 2 were delivered in Berlin at the premises of our academic partner, the SRH University. Here you'll find our partners and our clients. Most of our clients also have been in Germany and in Saudi Arabia, like Al-Khuraif Industries, like Impact, which is a consultant based in Al-Khobar, and Power Flow Contracting, which is a company, an EPC company located in Riyadh. You can also find here our team, and in this page you can find our the topics which is submitted or which is delivered through our trainings. Our trainings is not only technical; a part of it is also business. Okay, because we believe that if you will improve your technical skills with business and financial skills, you will be able to compete in a good way in the job market. This page is the certificate of accreditation. As we said, that the Green Energy Academy is actually accredited by the SRH University of Berlin, and SRH Berlin University is one of the top private universities in Germany, and it is actually focuses on the management and the sustainable development, and they deliver both of bachelor and master programs in the field of renewable energy, engineering, and business administration. Also in the company profile, which we can download from our website, and I can share it with you here also in the chat. In the chat, you will find our references. And here, this is the last training that we delivered in Iraq, specifically in the Kurdistan region, in collaboration with the GIZ. So if you will keep going down in our company profile, you will find many trainings that we have delivered worldwide. And these trainings were customized, always have been customized to our customers, and you can know much more about us from the company profile. As we said, we don't only deliver trainings, we also deliver consultations. And one of our consultations references here is that we partnered with a solar energy Egyptian company called Solis, where we gave them consultations and technical due diligence to the startup of their companies and how to register your companies and approve it at the national renewable energy authorities in Egypt. So far, is it all clear for all of you? And now I have unmuted your mics, so I can hear a feedback from your side. Is the voice clear, and is the PDF and what I am sharing is clear to you?
Yes, it's very clear. Everything is clear. Okay.
Yeah, it's clear, yes.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes, it's clear.
Thank you so much. Let's then move to the presentation. Now I have to share the presentation. I know that most of us have been a little bit new to the using this Zoom. Yeah. Okay. Now let's move to the presentation. In the presentation, we're going to talk about, here is the outlines. So we have talked about Green Energy Academy. I would like also to share with you that our academic partners, which is the SRH Berlin University in Germany, they have some short programs about the wind energy and solar energy in winter and summer. Okay, that you are very welcome to participate. Usually, the training they take place in winter, maybe in January or February, and another programs they take place in summer, which is maybe June or July. Unfortunately, some of these, or actually most of these winter schools or winter programs delayed due to the pandemic and the coronavirus situation to September. For example, what you can see here, the last number 3, which is the SRH Solar Summer School, it should have been in June, to start in this June, but it is delayed to September. Okay, for the Green Energy Academy trainees, all of you, whoever take trainings or have trainings with the Green Energy Academy, we will assure you that one of the advantages to you that you will be able to have an exclusive discount in order to participate in these shorter trainings. These shorter trainings, usually they take from 1 week to 3 weeks, and they are very ideal to you to start your business or maybe to improve your skills in order to join a solar energy company. They are also good because they expose you to the industry players. It is not only technical trainings that you have, but you will have the chance to meet presenters or representatives of the manufacturers of different solar panels and inverters and so on. So any of you who think that he needs to start his own business or maybe do some business development in Egypt or in his country, it is very advised or very recommended to you that you go to one of these trainings. Of course, I will share with all of you this information during the training, and I will send it specifically to you as well. Okay, move to the next. This is the outline for our training online session. Welcome and introduction. I think we have done this about the Green Energy Academy. We did this as well. Now we move to the coming training, which is the professional design and simulation of on-grid system using the program PV Sol Premium. We are going to talk about the training features. First of all, this training will be able to, I'm talking about the trainees who successfully participated in this training, will be able to have an exclusive voucher of a 2.5% discount if you think or if you want to purchase the license. I know the license is not cheap for everyone. It costs around from 800 or 900 euros to 1,300 euros. It depends on which kind of license you need to buy. There is two editions, the PVSOL and the PVSOL Premium. The PVSOL is 2D design, and the PVSOL Premium includes also a 3D design. So the PVSOL Premium is around 1,200, 1,300 euros, and the PVSOL only is around 900 euros. So I know that 2.5% discount is maybe not much to you, but it is something. I mean, you will be able to have this exclusive discount for you only if you want to, or maybe your organization or your company want to purchase it. We will have 5 online sessions, and they are interactive sessions where you can easily interact with the trainer, and you can share your progress through the program, and we can work together step by step till you get most familiarized with using the PVSOL Premium. You can also learn by doing. We'll be doing everything. All of the exercises will be live, and you can practice. And after the session, you can have an assignment or an exercise. You try to do this exercise, and you come back to us in the next session so you can discuss your progress. Also, we will talk about design and installation tips. Design and installation tips, which is very important. We will be showing you photos or images from real projects that I have myself commissioned and installed. And we will reflect these images on the PVSOL. For example, if I want to explain to you one of the losses about the PVSOL Premium, which is called the soiling losses. You may know what is soiling losses by explanation, but you want to see it physically, what soiling losses will look like in a real project. So for each parameter, for each type of losses, for each arrangement, or for each installation of the PV modules or the PV panels, you will actually see, I will share with you a lot of real project live photos. After that, we will have financial simulation of on-grid PV systems. It's not only technical. The PVSOL Premium also capable of doing good financial simulation actually to the PV project. Financial simulation means that you study economically your project. What will be the payback of this project? What will be the internal rate of return? So investors or people who put money in doing PV projects will be able to see how much their investment or when is the investment is going to be back to them after a while. So we will be able to do this also on the PVSOL Premium, and it's very easy and very advanced. You will not even have to work on complicated Excel sheets in order to show your customer the profitability. You will easily show them everything in one report, everything like the design, the simulation results, how much energy your PV project will produce, and how much money will it gain, or how much money you will have to pay, and when you can get this money back for you. And the last feature here, actually it is not the last feature, but one of the features are displayed here, some of the features to you. The 2 weeks free consultation for questions and feedback. After we finish the training, you will be able to come back to me anytime through phone or maybe through email to ask about the exercises, to ask about anything that you would like to know about the PV projects. Either it is the PVSOL, either if you have a personal project or issue that you need to speak with me about. In addition to this, you will get a Google Drive access or an access to a Google Drive folder, which will have a lot of very useful data about solar PV. I believe two of you here, of the participants, I already yesterday shared with them this Google Drive because they already invested or they already have transferred the fees. So that's why I could be able to share with them this folder. And this folder has a lot of data that we will use during the training and after the training, and it will be updated regularly. So whenever I have something new, I will share it with you, and this could be like your folder for you forever. So we move to the next slide. We talk about the training outlines. You'll be able also to see the training outlines on the websites, okay? But also we will go through the training outlines here. So we have 2D design, 3D design, construction of different mounting assemblies, planning and mounting PV layouts on different roofs, and PV arrays configuration, which means that assigning your inverters to the PV modules. Then we will be able to define consumption, which means that you have load and you have consumption, you have energy demand. How can you define this and put this in the PV sol? After that, we can calculate or draw the single line diagram. And drawing the single line diagram in the PV sol is far way advanced and much better than any other software. It is really fun, and the PV Sol Premium 2020, it has been really improved and a lot of features were added, so really enjoy it. Then we can also do the cable length, which means that we'll be able to add the cable length, add the cable types, also add the cross-section area of each cable, and determine how much voltage drop will be there on each cable or in each circuit. Understanding different on-grid schemes, such as net metering. This is really important. We are talking about grid-tied or grid-connected systems here, right? In order to connect a PV system to the grid of the country or the national grid or the electricity grid, you have to get approvals from the authorities in your country, right? So, for example, you have to get in Saudi Arabia. You'll have to get authorities from the electricity distribution companies. Here in Egypt, you have to get also first the approvals from the power distribution companies your area is assigned to. So it is important to understand these procedures, the procedures of tying or connecting your grid connected system to the grid, and what is a net metering. Net metering scheme or net metering system or the net metering rules which allow you to share or exchange electricity with the grid. These rules, they differ from one country to another. So in Germany, they are different from Egypt, and they are different from Saudi Arabia, and so on. So it's important to understand what is net metering, what is feed-in tariff, because these will be in the core of the PV Sol program. Then we will talk about the financial analysis of on-grid system. We actually have mentioned this. We will be able to enter financial parameters, and the PV Sol will automatically calculate the parameters like the payback and the internal rate of return, and we'll be able to see it in the final report or the final presentation. And we will be providing illustrated real-life projects, design, and installation tips. We have talked about this also, and you will be able to have these photos and keep it with you in order to remember what we physically explained in the PV Sol Premium. And lastly, you will have the 2 weeks free consultation and the Google Drive access to solar energy useful data. Okay. I'm muting all of your mics, so please, I need to know if everything is clear so far.
This is Mohammed Sadiq speaking. Well, first, I would like to thank you for everything. I mean, everything is clear. I mean, if we start questioning now, or it's going to be at the end of this session, because I have some questions regarding the assignments that we're
Okay.
going to conduct.
Okay, no problem. I'm just making sure that all of you is following.
Here.
Good, good, good. So let's move to the next session of the next part of the online session, which will be to see actually the PVSol premium, right?
Hello?
Yes. Okay, this is the interface page of the PVSol premium. Yeah, as you can see here. Before we go into the program, the PVSol premium or the PVSol is manufactured by a software developer, a very famous software developer. They are called Valentine Software, and Valentine Software is a German company, which is really good to know that this German company is developing this software, because from my experience, the Germans, when it comes to the solar energy, they are really experienced, and they can actually put between your hands their 20 or more than 20 years of experience. Yeah, so this is really good. So the PVSol Premium is developed by Valentine Software, and it has been in the market for so long, like maybe actually eight years, and the Valentine Software, it doesn't only do design and simulation softwares for the solar PV. They have actually other softwares. So in addition to the PVSol, they have software called the TSOL, and the TSOL is designed to do design and simulation for the thermal applications. For example, like the solar water heaters and the central solar water heating system, which is also a really nice software that maybe one day you can use if you are into the application of solar thermal. And another application which is actually new, it has been like few months, is the GEO TSOL. The GEO TSOL is the design and simulation software for the I'm not sure if you know it. It is the geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is one of the forms of the renewable energy, which is getting mechanical energy or energy from the earth, from the underground, and converting this into electricity. So they have these three programs: the PVSol and the TSOL and the GEO TSOL. Okay, the PVSol here, what you can see that this is the interface, and here is the welcome screen. The welcome screen will have free webinars for beginners. You can click on this actually anytime, and it will give you, or it will direct you to YouTube videos, so you can see some YouTube videos about how to start doing the 2D and 3D designs. When you install the PVSol Premium, it will be free for 30 days, and you will have access to all features, except that at the end of the simulation, you will not be able to download the simulation report. That's it. Other than this, all of the features will be ready, and we will be able to, any exercise that we do together, I can do the PDF for each day or for each exercise, and I can send it to you. Okay, so you will have access to 30 days of all the features of the PVSol Premium. To the right here, if you can see, you will find recent projects. These are my projects that I have been working on and saving. And if you go down, which will be the standard, once you download and install and open the software, you will find these example projects. These example projects are really useful, because they summarize to you all of the capabilities and the features of the PV Sol Premium, but in real projects. Then when we move to the next part, you'll find here project data, where you can enter if you need to start a new project, you can enter here information about the project data, the customer details. You can add your company logo, and you can add the image of your project, or you can add the logo of your client or customer. And you can also enter here the address of installation and project description. And after that, you go to one of the most important pages of the PV Sol Premium, which is the system type, climate, and grid. See here, the PV Sol Premium is not only limited to on-grid PV systems. There's a lot of systems that it can design and can simulate professionally. So for example, here, if you go to this type of system and you will click on this drop-down menu, you will find here that we have grid-connected PV system, with electrical appliances, and we will get to highlight the difference between these grid-connected systems and grid-connected system with electrical appliances and battery system, and also grid-connected system with electric vehicles. So maybe you haven't heard before that the PV Sol Premium is able to actually give you do design and simulation for electric vehicles. Yes, it can do, and electric vehicles is one of the most promising and potential field in the field of renewable energy. So I know now, for example, in Egypt here, we are going to issue the regulations for the electric vehicles, I think by the mid of next year. And already, if you can walk in the streets of Cairo and sometimes some cities in Saudi Arabia as well, you can find the charging stations of these electric cars already available. Yes, so we are expecting an increase of this type of business here in Egypt. This type of companies will be able to install charging stations for the electric vehicles. So the PV Sol will be able to help you this in the future too. And this feature is actually having an electric vehicle is one of the a lot of features that other softwares don't have. If you will continue to go down from the drop menu, you will find standalone PV system. Standalone PV system is like the off-grid system. And also, you will have the standalone PV system with backup generator. And this is what we call a hybrid system, which is between, it's having two sources, generator and solar energy. Of course, in order to master or to know about all of these systems, it takes a lot of time, right? And we can do trainings specifically for these type of system later. But the PV Sol Premium, what it is very famous for, being accurate and very easy to use, is simulating and design the on-grid system. And to be honest with you, I have been dealing with a lot of design and simulation softwares worldwide in many countries and in many cases all over my profession, such as the PVSYST, the Homer Pro, and of course the PV Sol and other many design and simulation software. And I have always find that for the on-grid system or the grid-connected system, the PV Sol Premium is the top, for many reasons, and you will be able to know after the training why we are talking about this and why if the PV Sol Premium is the top. You will be able to touch this and feel and sense it through the training. So we can talk a lot about this system type. Here, since we have a PV Sol Premium, you can choose between designing 2D or you can easily design the 3D. And you will be able to very easily determine your location. Okay, you have a lot of, actually all of the countries in the world, most of them are here in this list, including Egypt, of course, and all of the Arab countries. And you'll be able also to determine the location. And if you are doing a project in a location which is not here in this list, you don't have to worry at all, because you can easily click here on open climate data selection, and you can select the location of your system, and you can enter the climate data for this location specifically. Yeah. Then we can go to the next page here, which is called the consumption. Here we can add the consumption of your projects. Okay. So when we see, or when we say consumption, it means that you have a house, you have a bank, you have a school, right? And you need to do a grid connected system. It is very important to know the consumption of this school. How much electricity, how much kilowatt hours do this school, or does this school consume per month, or per day, or per year? It is very important to do this, because in grid connected system, the purpose of having a grid connected system is to reduce or save the consumption from the utility grid, right? So in order to tell your customer how much you will save from adding this project, from installing this project, from purchasing or investing in this project, in order to tell him this information, you have to know first about his consumption. How much energy does this school consume, right? So very easy, you can go to the add consumption here. You can add these consumption data through either load profile, or you can go to the monthly or the annual consumption of net metering, and you can put the monthly values of his electricity bills easily, as simple as this. And after this, you will have here a profile of load over from January to December, and you will be able to build this consumption, and then see it in the final report, and how much solar fraction, or how much solar energy, what is the share of solar energy to this consumption? Is it 10%, 20%, 30%, or even 100%? So moving to the next page, which is the 3D. After you determine your consumption, you will go to the 3D, and it will be, here comes the fun. You know, this is the very advanced, or the very nice part about the PV Sol Premium, that it can do 3D modeling, simulation, and the design all in one software. I know that most of you have heard about the SketchUp, right? And the SketchUp is a software that allow you to do a 3D design with the PV panels. But the SketchUp is not a simulation software, right? It's just a drawing software. It makes you draw the 3D of a building, or a school, or a house nicely, and you can add a lot of elements in the SketchUp, like people walking in the street, maybe reservoirs, solar water heaters on your roof, and other structure. You can do this actually on a SketchUp easily, but you cannot do simulation. You cannot extract real data of these solar components you're adding, in order to see how these components will perform. But the good thing about the PV Sol, that it can do this. And with the 3D design, you can add here maps. Let me show you better, to show you a project. We can go back to the welcome screen here, and I can open one of my projects. Let's say Juhayna Warehouse, which is here in Cairo. If we will open this one, we go to the 3D design here, and here is how it looks like from the top. Okay, and if we will click on edit, we will be able to enter in the 3D design interface. Here is the 3D design interface. And for example, I designed this system like 2 months ago. You can have different views here of the system. As you can see, these are the solar panels. And these solar panels are actually mounted on a flat roof. So what you can see here is a flat roof. If you will go to the right, you will find another type of solar modules, but they are mounted on what we call an inclined roof. It's an inclined roof, and specifically the type of this roof is sheet steel, right? So in this case, we don't install the modules like flat roof. We have to install it parallel to the roof. Yeah. Is everything is clear to all of you? I need just 5 seconds. I will put my charge and I will come back to you. Just 1 second, please. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for this. Yeah, so we going on. This is the 3D design, and you will be able to easily do this design. Actually, the design of the on the 3D, sometimes it gets complicated based on the type of the building. For example, if you have simple buildings like the ones that we are seeing now, it's a simple building. It is not complicated. You can easily do this design in less than 15 minutes. But if it's a complicated building, then we will have to move on an advanced level in order to do these designs. And here you can see the mounting structure also of the PV panels, and you can create here rooms, right? And you can actually control these modules by adding or removing. If you will go to the module coverage view here, or the module mounting view, and then after you put all of your modules, you can go to the configuration. And configuration in PVSol means that you assign your modules to inverters. So if you will have a look, for example, at this inverter here, all of these modules, which are colored modules, are connected to this inverter 2, which is an ABB inverter, right? And the other modules here, they are connected to another ABB inverter, which is 10 kilowatts. So this is a very quick overview on the 3D of the PVSol. If you want to go out, you click on Adopt Data in order to talk about the rest of the software. Then we go to the next page, which is the cables, okay? And this is really also nice. It's a lots of fun. If you click on cables here, you will be able to formulate or do the single line diagram. So here, this is a single line diagram for this particular Juhayna project. Yes, and here, if you click on in detail, you will be able to enter the details of the single line diagram from this part here. I'm scrolling. So you can actually add fuses, you can add circuit breakers, you can add energy meters, and you can add a lot of symbols, and you can name these symbols on this single line diagram. And at the end, you will be able to determine the losses. For example, if we will select certain inverter, and we will add here the length of the string cable, which is from the modules to the inverter. If you add here the length, let's say 200 meters, and you click on this calculator button, it will tell you what will be the cross-section area of this particular cable. So when we click here, for example, it's giving me 6 millimeters square, right? But if you will give it like 100 millimeters square, and you just on click, so it will be 4 millimeters square, right? And you are free to choose from this drop menu, from this drop down menu, all of the cross section from 2.5 millimeters square up to 400 millimeters square, and also the type of the cables. And the more length you put here, okay, the higher is the cross section area of the cable. And to the right here, you can see the losses. And if you go down, or if you go up, you can add circuit symbols. For example, here, you can add fuses, you can add grounding, you can add circuit breakers, you can add surge protection devices. All of these, adding all of these symbols make it easy for you to do the engineering work, which you do it after you sign the contract with your client. Instead of doing AutoCAD drawings, really tiring and takes a lot of time from the scratch, you can do this single line diagram, and after you do it, you go to the next page here, and you can export this single line diagram to PDF, or maybe as an image, as a PNG, right? And you can display the legend anywhere on the drawing. So many of the software, of the competitive software, actually, they don't have this feature. For example, for the PVSYST, it doesn't have any single line diagram. You cannot add all of these in the PVSYST. Then we go to the next session, which is the financial analysis. Here, you can add the cost of your system, either the cost per kilowatt peak or the cost of each component, and you can choose what type of grid connected is it. Is it feed-in tariff or is it net metering? And also from here, you can actually add the net metering tariff of specific countries, and you can edit them. And this net metering tariff page will allow you to formulate the net metering scheme. So for example, the net metering in Egypt, if you have any excess energy while you have a grid connected PV system, excess energy more than your house or your bank or your school needs, you can inject this excess energy or excess current to the grid. At the end of each year, if you have a total accumulated or an accumulated excess energy all over the year, you can go to the distribution company and you can have this as money. For each kilowatt hour, you will get paid like 72 Egyptian pesos. So you can formulate and you can develop all of these rules in the PV Sol Premium. And you can also, here to the right, determine the tariff on which you pay your electricity. For example, in Egypt, for the highest category, you pay around 1.5 Egyptian pounds for each kilowatt hour. So you will be able to add these data inside here. So the PV Sol will exactly and financially help you to understand or to know your financial parameters. And if you go to the results here, which is the symbol of the calculator, if you click on these results, what will happen is that the PV Sol will do the simulation for your system from day 0 of the year till day 365, which is at the end of the year. As you can see here, it is doing simulation and it's taking time because we have a 3D design. And now it is doing the shading analysis, the frequent shading analysis every day through the year, right? And it is doing this because it needs to tell you how much energy did you lose due to shadings, and how much energy you will gain, and how much energy, for example, you will lose due to the a different in temperature or high temperature, and so on. And after the simulation here, we'll be able to see the first page of our simulation. So, for example, if you go to the top right, technical quality of the PV system, you will be able to know how much kilowatt hour per year was generated from this PV system, and what will be the specific energy yield, and what will be the performance ratio. I know that some of you have just the basics of solar PV system, and I actually took into my consideration this part. So, for example, maybe you'll tell me I don't understand what is the specific energy yield or what is the performance ratio, or you actually understand them, but you need to have like a more physical understanding. What we do that we stop our PV sol, and we go to share few slides about the specific parameters of the solar energy. So, for example, we will share together what is the meaning of peak sunshine hours, right? And we will also explain what is the meaning of performance ratio, right? So we will be doing this all over the training. If there is something that you don't understand, we will not explain it on the PV Sol Premium. We will go down a little bit and try to simplify the knowledge to you and open some professional and very nice slides so we can explain to you what is the physical and real meaning, and how far this parameter or this meaning, for example, like the performance ratio, really on the ground affects the performance of your PV system all over the year. Okay, and we go back to the PV Sol. So here, to the right, you have technical information. To the left, you have financial information. So the financial information, like what will be your return on assets, what will be your profit installing or investing this PV system, the revenue, how much revenue, how much savings you will save from the PV. And you will not pay to the electricity grid because you have PV. So how much Egyptian pounds, how much kilowatt hours you will be savings for 1 year. And of course, we'll have also your cash flow. And if we will go down, you can have the simulation here, all of the results of the simulation, like the performance ratio, the specific energy yield, how much carbon dioxide emissions were avoided, how much consumptions did you enter, and how much power or how much energy will be produced per year. Then you can have actually a lot of data here in the form of diagrams, and you can even add more and more diagrams of these to appear in your final reports. Irradiance, configuration, information about the inverter, further information about your financial losses. For example, if you will go here to the economic parameters, you go to the number 3, amortization period. It is the payback period. For this project, the investor or the project owner will be able to get his money back after 5.4 years. And you can also have cash flow tables starting from year 1 till year 21, and you can even increase this. You can make it 25 years. You will have cash flow tables in and outs of your cash, inputs and outputs, if your cash and of either these inputs represented in maintenance cost or replacing of an inverter, and actually the revenue which come to you, which is also represented in the form of kilowatt hour saving that you take from the PV and not the grid. And after this, you go to final bottom here, which is the presentation. And again, yeah, I'm really fan of this PV Sol Premium. It gives you the the best and the most nice looking presentation in the form of PDF or Word file to your customers. It is really, really nice looking. And one of the things that I didn't talk about during the in the PowerPoint presentation or in the outlines of the this session is why shall we use a design and simulation software? Why? Why I am as a company or as a freelancer or as a designer or as a person go and invest a lot of money for a software? Because first point, which is most important, is the marketing. In addition to the technical accuracy, engineering, and to have like a real data about your project, is the marketing. When you go to the customer or a consultant and you give him this nice looking report, they will be convinced that you are a professional designer or a professional freelancer or even a professional employee that I would like to hire in my company. And this is why you should use a software. I want also to highlight that there is other free software online, like the PVGIS or the PVWatts. Actually, these softwares are nice when it comes only to estimating general PV systems, just general, and you don't need to go into further details, and you need to do a quick design for your customers. It is nice for educational levels or maybe for experimental level, but when it comes to real business, I advise you to use a commercially available software such as the PVSol, because even the online available softwares, they are not accurate. Yes, they are not accurate, and they don't have even 10% of the features a commercially available software have. So here, this is the PDF. This is the report. As you can here see, there is a string plan that it generated because this simulation is for 3D, and here you can see also the layout, like looking to your system from above. And this layout, by the way, can also be converted into AutoCAD. So you will save a lot of time doing these layouts on the AutoCAD. And you can also see here the single line diagram and all of the other information about the about your system. The good thing about the PVSol that the language in this document, there is many language, and actually one of these language is Arabic. So you can actually convert your PVSol report into Arabic, and this is really, really handy, and it's a big advantage when you presenting your design to authorities or governmental agencies who need to only see the documents in Arabic. Like I have been working in Saudi Arabia for 7 years, and it is really an added value to you when you submit your designs or your submittals in Arabic. I know that here you can see that the text is converted, it is flipped, but the also nice thing about the PVSol that you can not only save it in PDF, but you can also save it in Word file. So you can export it here in Word file. It will be Word, so you can do any modifications on the text that you would like to do and present a really nice and professional report to your client. We'll go back here to our welcome screen, then we'll open again our presentation. So I think now we have come to the end of our online session, but I just need to remind you that the training will take place on 5 days, which is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We will not do Monday. We will do Tuesday and Thursday. So we have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday Tuesday and Thursday. And we can be flexible if you all agree, if all of the participants agree to do it shorter, or maybe you can work on Monday, or maybe you can do it on Tuesday instead of finishing on Thursday. I'm very flexible on this. You don't have to worry about this. And I also would like to remind you that the early bird fees for this training, which is $50 equivalent to 790 Egyptian pounds, will end tomorrow at 6 p.m. So you have a good chance to invest, if you are convinced with the training, to invest either today or tomorrow to 6 p.m. And then it will go to the standard fees, which is $70 and 1,100 Egyptian pounds after 6 p.m. tomorrow. I talked a lot, and I would like to now hear from you. I need to know your questions. If you have any questions, you have on your name, you can find the raise hand. You can use this raise hand, so I can unmute your yes, Angelus. Okay. Let's hear from Mr. Angelus. Yes, you have the mic. You can speak.
Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes. Actually, I unmuted now, and I unmuted all of you, so all of you can speak. But let's start with Angelus, because he raised his hands first. If you guys have other questions, please also raise a hand on your name. Yes, Angelus, please go on.
I have two questions.
Yes.
The first one is about inverter.
Yes.
Did you select the inverter, or it is selected automatically? And if it's available, any inverters than ABB? So this is the first question, is about the inverter. The second question is about the cable specification. Can we change the resistance ohm per meter? Can we change any specification for the cables or not? Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for this. Answering the first question, that on the PV Sol Premium, you have hundreds and hundreds of inverters on the database. This is the first thing. So it's not only ABB. You have many manufacturers, and all of their models and inverters are available on the database of the PV Sol Premium. And secondly, when selecting the inverter, you can actually do both. You can either select it manually, or you can tick on select some specific inverters, and you can tell the PV Sol that I need you, PV Sol, to do the selection automatically from these inverters. So you can have it, you can do it either manually, or you can do it automatically. And of course, all of the inverters in the industry are available on the database. I hope that I answered your questions.
Okay.
Angelus, is it okay for you? Is it clear?
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, let's take another question from Sadiq. Yes, Sadiq, please, Muhammad Sadiq.
Yes, and generally, first I would like to thank you for the nice presentation.
You're welcome.
My question is about the utility projects, mega projects, because
Yes.
I do really care about how to design a mega project. I've been designing a lot of rooftop and industrial shed, and I would like to know if you can show us one of the utility projects. I mean, either 3D, or are we going to take ground-mounted 3D mega project? This is the first question. The second question is also related to single line diagram. Is it will be mega projects? I mean, the future of PV Sol, is it applicable for mega project?
Thank you, Mohammed. Indeed, the features of PV Sol Premium is available to do multi-mega projects. Like, I mean, more than 1 megawatt, 2 megawatt, 5 megawatts. It's okay to do this. It just depends on the number of modules that you have to use in the in your project. So it can do ground-mounted projects. It can do rooftop PV installations. It can also do vertically installed modules. So yes, we can in the training we can do one project for you, which will be ground-mounted, and it will be mega scale or more than 1 mega. And for your second question about the single line diagram, yes, all of the features which as I explained and even more for the single line diagram for the small scale projects is applicable to the larger scale projects as well.
Your answer is very clear. Thank you.
Welcome. You're welcome. We can take then Mr. Ahmed Al-Khouli, please.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Thank you for your presentation.
You're welcome.
My question, I am sure that the software choose the proper module for the project. But if we have a small area and we get we want the maximum power from this area.
Yes.
For example, building roof.
Yes.
We have the facility with the software to monopolize to get the maximum energy from the available area.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Ahmed, for your question. It's a very good question because it highlights one of the advantages for doing a 3D design. If you have a very limited area or a small roof, then it may be tricky to determine or to calculate how much panels you will be able to install on this roof. For example, you have a roof of 50 meters square, and you want to install 5 kilowatts. But when you actually were going to install this 5 kilowatts on the ground, the area is not enough, right? So one of the features about the PV Sol that you can enter this area either 2D or 3D, okay? And you can choose the most appropriate or the most suitable modules for this installation, and you can adjust the tilt angle and also the distance between the modules in order to make sure that your roof, even if it is limited, will take the maximum amount of solar panels. So yes, you can do this, and you are free to choose any module. And by the way, it's a good question because in this specific case, when you have a small roof, we have other technical advices for you, which will help you to easily select your PV modules. So you will be able to install more modules with higher efficiency. So we can do this. Yes.
I guess, inshallah, we'll have all the different connection. You said on grid, but if I want to back up generators, so they will at the same time. And for some application, maybe hospital, even if you are connected on grid, you still need standby, something standby. So is that we're going to go through that in the training?
I can go through this on an additional session, or maybe at the end of this training, if all of the trainees agree, we can have like 30 minutes additional talking about the hybrid system. No problem, we can do this. But the main focus of the training is the on-grid, designing the on-grid system, because the on-grid system have been so promising, and they are being spread and implemented a lot in Egypt and other neighboring countries. Yes. Yeah, and but I can do this for you. I have no problem. Even one-on-one, I have no problem to give like 30 minutes about the hybrid systems. No problem.
Also, in case we want to add battery, it's same.
Yes, it is the same. Yes, hybrid system with batteries and backup generators. Yes, we can talk about this.
Okay. The last question.
Yes.
If that you have in your library, which you said it will be available for us, details about the pump solar system?
It's a very good idea. Yeah, I have lots of materials about the pumping system, and actually I have a specific training for this one, for the pumping system and hybrid system. Yes, I can share it with you. I have no problem. I can share it with you. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you very
Mr. Ahmed. Thank you. Let's take Mr. Muhammad. Yes, Mr. Muhammad Abbasi, it has been a while since we saw each other in Saudi Arabia. I hope that you're doing great.
Assalamu alaikum, Raghi. Hello, old friend. How are you, brother?
I'm good, thank you.
It's been a very nice to see you again, mashallah.
Me too.
I know you. I know your skills. I know your expertise, mashallah. You are doing quite well.
Thank you.
Since you're in Saudi Arabia, now in Egypt, mashallah, you are doing a great job for solar. I have might be three questions.
Yes.
First of all, using the PV Sol, I'm quite curious about doing the designing for dual axis and single axis tracker. So can we able to do that? And second, do this PV Sol has an ability to give us the interval data or 8760 based data, so that we can do our self-conception or a kind of analysis. And third, optimization techniques. Any tool can do the optimization like in tilt, in pitch, something like that.
Okay, Muhammad, the first question, can you, if you don't mind, can you repeat it but a little bit slower, because you have mentioned something about the structure, but I'm not sure if I got it right.
I'll do that. I'll do that again. I mean to say for single axis trackers and dual axis trackers.
Yeah. The type of the type of structures. Yes, it is available on the PV Sol. Yeah, you can select between the single axis. Actually, let me show it to you. 1 second. Here we can open again the PV Sol. Yes, we can do this indeed. It's actually one of the very good advantages of the PV Sol. You can go here. Let's select any 2D design project. Yes, here Abbasi and all of you, if you go to the 2D design and we clicked on the PV modules here, can you see here the tracking? The tracking system here, if it is selected to be none, it means that it is fixed installation system. Yeah, and if you select north south, it means you can do single axis tracking. Can you see it, Abbasi? And you can even
I can see
adjust
that,
the tilt angle of the rotation and the tilt angle of operation. Not only single axis, but dual axis as well.
And I'm assuming that the backtracking is already implemented, right? The backtracking.
Yes. You mean that? Okay, you mean, if I'm not wrong, you mean that's 360 tracking, like 360 and single.
No. Backtracking. If there is two individual rows are there, and the first row got the shadow, the second row will not able to reach to that level where the shadow comes. It's a backtracking. All the single trackers usually have it.
Here in the module area, you can select more than module area, and you can consider each module area as an individual array.
I can understand.
And you enter the tracking details for each module area or each array individually.
Okay.
Yes.
So we are hoping that we will do some kind of projects on this thing right now in training, right?
Yes.
For tracking.
Yes. Why not? Yes.
Okay,
I can add it.
And
it was not on the outline actually, but I can add it. No problem.
And the interval data, we can extract the interval data, right?
Interval data. What do you mean by interval data?
Interval data, yani, for example, if you have the load consumption, right?
Yeah,
with
internal.
the load consumption, interval.
Yeah. Okay.
Yani how much per hour you are making a solar, and how much load you are using out of solar. So you can make a kind of self-consumption, or what do you call it, peak shaving kind of concepts.
Yes, we can do this. If you have seen my last slide or my last presentation about the 3D design.
Yes.
Here we're shifting to the 3D design. If you click on the consumption here, okay, we will be able to add all types of consumption. So we can, yes, we can put interval data, and this interval data, you can design it like this consumption will happen in the summer, and this consumption will happen in the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go. Yes.
on and off. Yes, indeed, you can do this also.
Good. Yeah, that's good. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much, Hagi.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay,
So who is next? My pleasure. Yes, we have Walid. Yes, Walid.
Yeah, Mr. Ragi, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, firstly, thank you very much for your presentation.
You're welcome.
Secondly, just I continue with Mr. Abbasi. We need from your side one project. You can share with us one project, any project you would choose from your list, and we can go around this project. Share with us, and we can insert the data one by one with you, just to check which data you received from any client. And for example, if you have any project, and which data you received from client, only area, and which data, only area, and the total consumption, power, and which data, and we can insert this data one by one with us to check which result we received from program, and to go one by one with this result. I think it's better to be familiar with this program. You get my point?
Yes, I got your point. You mean during the session, during the training, right?
Yes.
Indeed.
I think yeah.
Indeed, we will do this. Indeed, it's not going to be one-side communication. No, not at all. I will be opening one project,
actual project,
which
project from your side, from
yes,
I have project.
I have hundreds of projects here. I can send it during the session. I can send one to you, and you can all work together and enter these data, like the same data I'm entering, or even different data. Each one of you can enter a little bit different data from the other, and you can see a different simulation based on different inputs. So yes, we can do this, no problem. You're welcome.
Yes, and second issue, if I need any data sheet for each element, I choose it. For example, like inverter, like cables, we can go to this data sheet from program or no?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
In the program here, if you you can see the program now, right?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. Here, if you go to the top left, beside file, you find something called database.
Database, yeah.
Yeah. If you click on this one, you will find batteries, electric vehicles, PV modules, inverters. All of these database, they have the information, all of the information for each specific component. So everything is available.
Yeah, but this data sheet separate. I can print it, or can I attach with our result separate, not included with the result, right?
You can in the final report, you can choose which results to show in your report, in your final report. So you can actually click on showing data sheets for your PV components. They will not be in the form of the data sheet exactly that you get from the manufacturer, but they will be in the form of information about the PV panel, for example. Everything will be listed, but not in the form of like data sheets with pictures, you know?
Yeah.
You got what I mean?
Only like a hinted for product.
All of the information in the data sheet will be presented in the final report, but without pictures about the inverter, about the modules. Yeah.
Okay.
Any other question?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I have another additional question. Can I ask?
Yes, please.
The first thing is, when can we download the BVSol, or how we can download the BVSol software, because we want it to be ready for Friday?
You actually, excuse me, is it Angelus, or is it who is?
No, I'm
who is?
Sadiq.
Yes, Sadiq. Yes, Sadiq. Yes, you can download it. Once you receive your fees, I actually send a welcome on board email, which includes the Google Drive access folder, and in this folder, you can find the design and simulation folder. When you open it, you will find 2 or 3 software that I need you to install, and one of them is the PVSol Premium. And actually, easily you can go to the PVSol Premium webpage, and you can download the software very easily and install it. So indeed,
Great.
we will have to install it before we start the training.
Great. The last question is
Yes.
I mean, the feature of the PVSol, can we insert the PAM file for the modules and OND file like PVSys? Is it applicable on this software?
Thank you so much for this particular question. The PVSys, okay, I will explain to the other participants. When you need to add modules which are not available in the database of the design and simulation software, for the PVSys, you will have to have an extension or a file called BAN, right? And you have to get this file from the manufacturer, if I'm not mistaken. So actually in the PVSol, it doesn't work this way. In the PVSol, you can easily go to the program itself, and you can add the modules or the inverters that you want to add. Just open the datasheet of the manufacturer and insert all of the inputs and the information from the datasheet into the PV module, and it will create the PV module or the inverter that you want. That's it, as easy as that.
It's a spectacular feature.
Yes. I mean, the database of the PVSol Premium is continuously, like each 2 or 3 days, when I open it, I find a new database, updating the database from the manufacturers, because the manufacturers, they upload the database of their components on the PVSol. Additionally, if you are using, for example, an old module that is not manufactured anymore, if you can't see it on the old module database on the PVSol, you can create it yourself, and you can keep it.
Thank you. Okay.
Welcome. Yeah. So we can take question from also from Mr. Ahmed. Yes, Mr. Ahmed. Okay, maybe he forgot raising his hands. Abbasi, Walid, if you have any more questions, or maybe rest of the participants, if you have any question that you need to ask me, you are welcome to ask. Okay, it seems that there is no more question. I'm so happy that we have like more than 15 participants in the room. Thank you so much for being here today. And remember that if you need to remember any information about the training, you can log into our website, which is green-energy-academy.com. You can go to services, click on training programs, PVSol training. Then you can open the page where it has all of the information about the training. You can also click on apply. You can fill the form, and once you fill the form, you receive an email concluding further details about the training, the Zoom meeting, and most importantly, further details about the payment. The payment to have all of the options that you can pay through. If you are in Egypt, you can pay through bank transfer, credit cards, Fawry, or Vodafone Cash. And you have, of course, again, the early bird fees, which is valid till tomorrow 6 p.m. And you have the standard fees. And if you have any further question before even we start the training, you are really welcome to ask me.
Excuse me, I have registered online, and I haven't received the email because I wanted to pay as soon as possible, because you know, I need to get the early bird, but I cannot find the payment terms or you know, Fawry or something that you said. Can you please send me this email?
Of course. Actually, I received an email that you particularly received this payment email, but I will send it to you. Yeah, I will send it to you as a separate email. No problem, Sadiq.
Yes,
no problem.
I just received the online Zoom link, so I'm waiting for the link for the payment. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. No problem. Okay, thank you, everybody. Have a good day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we are willing to, we'll love to see all of you during our 5 days training session. Thank you, everyone. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. If not, you are free to leave the meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.